Hey everyone, this is Scott from Scott to Grow Podcast. Welcome to another edition of ReWatching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Today I'm going to be talking about Season 4, Episode 9, Broken Promises. I'm just going to be starting off with the plot summary and then just talking about my general thoughts about this episode and any foreshadowing or Easter eggs I might have noticed. So let's just start with that plot summary, which says, Fitz and Radcliffe are sent to clear Ada's memory of the Darkhold, but she reveals her newfound sentience and overpowers them. Taking control of S.H.I.E.L.D. systems, Ada finds the Darkhold after Coulson gives its location to the May LMD, which doesn't know isn't the real of May. Fitz is able to take control of the systems before Ada escapes, and Mack beheads her. Radcliffe later laments about this to a new model of Ada, as he had programmed the original's apparent sentience in an attempt to steal the Darkhold for himself. Senator Nadir orders a group of watchdogs to kill her now recovered brother VJ, but he convinces her to spare him as his long pterogenesis appears not to have affected him. Simmons, having identified VJ from photos, arrives with Mace and Daisy as VJ discovers he now has super reflexes. Senator Nadir convinces him to leave with her, but then shoots him in the stomach. Senator Nadir asks the watchdogs for reinforcements from the Superior as VJ's body is dropped into a lake and enveloped by another pterogenesis cocoon. So that's the plot summary for this episode. This episode was a fun one because it's the start of the LMD storyline. There's a bunch of parts in this episode that I couldn't remember. I lost track at one point whether we were following the LMD May at some points or if we were in May's head while she's under Radcliffe's while she's being held by Radcliffe. So I was just but I think this one was all just LMD May, and they haven't shown us any of the bits where we're getting into May's head and what she's kind of going through while she's being held by Radcliffe. But yeah, I still enjoyed this, that this episode because it's the start of the LMD storyline, which I really enjoyed. This particular part of the season, I really liked the Ghost Rider first chunk, but the LMD one's a little bit more fun too, because we get a little bit of mystery, you get a little bit more suspense with it, especially when we get into the LMDs replacing a lot of the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so I'm excited to get to that, and that all starts with here in this episode. We also get a little hint to another villain that gets added into the series, into this season, with the Superior's name being dropped. I really enjoyed that character. So I'm excited to get him showing up. So it was just an interesting little name drop we get from him. The fact that VJ, I remember him being killed. I forgot that when he got dropped into the lake, he turns into a pterogenesis cocoon. Does he come back? I can't remember. Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, some of the things I liked about this one. What do we have? Oh, Jim had to go undercover again, and she kicks some ass. She beats up one of Senator Nadir's people, and then, and while that's going on, Daisy and Mace are having a little conversation about the fact that Jim's been kidnapped 3 times already, one time to an alien planet. So I just like that that even Daisy recognizes that, yeah, when you're an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., you go through a lot and you have to adapt. And you see in this episode Gemma kicking some ass. Something you could have never, when you watch the pilot episode of this show and then you watch this episode, it's almost impossible to imagine how this character got from, the beginning to this point. But I love that progression that we've gotten in these 4 seasons, and you still seeing her smash people. I enjoy it. I love Gemma. But yeah, what else do we get? Mack chopping off Ada's head was just cool. He finally got to chop off a robot's head with his shotgun axe, so that was just a fun little scene. But I also like that throughout the whole episode, Yo-Yo and Mack are both being like, did nobody watch The Terminator? Has nobody seen a robot apocalypse movie? Was it just the 2 of us? So I just really like that joke because it's a valid point. Why are you building robots when you've seen The Terminator? Do you think you know better than the people in The Terminator did? Come on, Radcliffe. But yeah, I just really enjoyed that little element they add in for Yo-Yo and Mack, just to be like, I am sick of all these robots. What is with you mad scientists and making robots? Did nobody pay attention to Ultron? So I really enjoyed that. But yeah, those are the parts about this episode that I really enjoyed and I liked. I'm sure let me know in the comments below any parts of this episode that you liked or maybe didn't like. I'm always curious to hear about those things. But thanks again for joining me today, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and have a good one.